Good afternoon. I'm your host, Nick Anderson, and today we're here to discuss the North American Free Trade Agreement, which is better known as NAFTA. NAFTA was signed on December 17, 1992 in San Antonio, but will come into effect later in 1994. NAFTA is one of the world's largest free trade zones, laying the foundations for strong economic growth and raise the prosperity for all members of Canada, the United States, and Mexico. NAFTA was created to benefit all members. The reason they created it was to eliminate barriers to trade and regulate the cross-border movement of goods and services, to increase investment opportunities, and to create procedures for the resolution of trade disputes. The official languages of NAFTA are English, Spanish, and French to represent all members. Some of the advantages of NAFTA are it will boost U.S. farm exports and reduce oil and grocery prices, which Brian, George, and Carlos will later elaborate on. Some quick statistics on NAFTA. 1 in 5 Canadian jobs is linked to international trade. It makes Mexico one of the largest exporters of oil in the world, and NAFTA is home to over 400 million people in 3 countries. Now it's my honor to present you United States President George Bush, Canadian Prime Minister Brian Mulroney, and Mexican President Carlos Salinas. First off, how do you guys feel about this big accomplishment?
I think I can speak on behalf of all of us. This is a huge step forward in our society for trading. We are honored to have this great event signed in our time as leaders of our great nations.
What would you say are the economical benefits for your specific countries?
Specifically speaking about Canada, one of the main benefits for the people is a reduced grocery price. If NAFTA did not exist, the price of fresh vegetables and other food items would be higher because you would have to pay a tariff to get it over the border. The price would be lower because of the eliminated tariffs. No tariffs would allow companies to buy their produce straight from Mexico or the United States without paying a fee. By the year 2010, I strongly believe that around $30 billion of fresh produce will be traded internationally through NAFTA. This will boost our economy because we would also be trading our fresh Canadian produce to other countries. This is one of many Canadian benefits of NAFTA.
One of the main benefits for the USA is that it created trade surplus in services. Services such as healthcare and financial services are not easily transported, so being able to export them to nearby countries is very important. Right now, our service exports to Canada and Mexico is around $20 billion, and I predict by 2009 it will raise to around $100 billion. This is one of many huge boosts to the American economy that NAFTA has created.
Mexico's economy will be one of the largest economies in the world one day because of NAFTA. We are the United States' 3rd largest trading partner and 2nd largest market for U.S. exports. We have exported an estimated $40 billion to the U.S. right now, but in 15 years, I predict this number will raise to $210 billion. This is an increase of 427%. This is all because of NAFTA. I believe one day Mexico will have one of the world's largest economies.
By the looks of what NAFTA can do to your economies, what are some statistics that are estimated for the upcoming years?
As Nick said before, since 1 in 5 Canadian jobs are involved with international trade, I strongly believe that employment levels will climb 20%. This would represent a net gain of 39.7 million jobs. This is a great thing for our country because you want the highest employment rate possible, and if NAFTA can bring almost 40 million jobs, that would be fantastic.
According to estimates for the future, NAFTA partners will be exchanging $2.6 billion on a daily basis with each other by the year 2008. When NAFTA comes into effect, it is estimated that the North American economy will double in size. The combined gross domestic product from the United States, Canada, and Mexico is estimated to surpass $17 trillion by 2008. This is a very realistic goal and one that we look forward to seeing.
I predict that NAFTA will make Mexico one of the largest oil exports in the world. I believe this because numbers show that with NAFTA, we can grow economically. By 2008, Mexico alone should export around $395 billion worth of material to NAFTA partners. This makes NAFTA one of the largest trade zones in the world.
Giving a quick overview of NAFTA, how do you think people will look at NAFTA in 20 years?
NAFTA eliminated tariffs when you transport and trade goods across the border. This basically encourages economic activity between all three members instead of trading within our own country. I believe in 20 years, NAFTA will still be one of the world's largest trading zones because of how well the results will be and how it will benefit all members of our society. Overall, I think NAFTA will bring a huge boost in Canadian economy for the years to come. Also, I believe that it is a big step for Canada to be one of the economical superpowers.
Coming off what Brian said, I believe that NAFTA will be the trigger that pushes the United States to become one of the strongest economical countries. And people will remember NAFTA as a great success in American history.
I couldn't agree more with what these two men said, but I would just like to say that NAFTA will boost the Mexican economy more than it has ever seen.
In conclusion, that is what NAFTA is all about, and I look forward to see the result in the years to come. Lastly, I would like to thank these men for their time in coming here today, and also congratulate them on this milestone.